When you constantly chase someone, they start to feel overly comfortable, knowing that you'll always be there. They may even feel smothered, which ironically can push them away. Think of it like quicksand. The harder you try to cling, the deeper you sink. This isn't because you're not worthy, it's simply human psychology. People value what they have to work for, not what's handed to them effortlessly. Here's where the game changes. Instead of pouring more energy into them, pour it back into yourself. This shift forces them to notice what they've been taking for granted. When you stop always being available, they suddenly feel that void, and it forces them to recognize how much your presence mattered. It's not about being cold-hearted. It's about knowing your worth and reclaiming the energy you've been giving away so freely. Emotional distance doesn't mean you cut them off completely. It's about a subtle shift, pulling back enough to allow them the space to miss you. Don't send that first text. Don't always be the one to check in. This silence will speak louder than any words because it shows that you don't need to chase to feel valued. Instead, it shows that you are content with or without their validation. This is the hardest part, letting them sit in the silence. They might even feel a sense of relief initially, thinking they have more space. But soon, that relief turns to discomfort. They start wondering why you aren't reaching out like before, and that curiosity can be a powerful force. They'll replay past interactions, wonder if they missed something, and realize they no longer have the easy access they once took for granted. When you're predictable, people often stop appreciating your efforts. They take your presence as a given. But when you pull back without warning, it breaks their assumptions. Suddenly you're no longer the constant. They have to wonder what changed, and that keeps them engaged. They may even try harder to re-establish a connection, realizing they miss your energy. While they're reflecting on your absence, you're using that time for self-growth. Redirect that energy to yourself, mentally, physically, emotionally. Use this time to become the best version of yourself. That way, when they finally do reach out, you'll be stronger and even more magnetic than before. You'll have redefined your value, and they'll sense that shift. By stepping back, you're no longer in the position of constantly giving. Now, they have to consider what they're willing to offer to keep you in their life. They'll start to question their actions, wondering if they've truly appreciated your presence. This is where the entire dynamic changes. They now feel the need to invest in you because they realize they're no longer in control of the connection. Remember, this isn't a one-time move. For this shift to last, you have to stay consistent. Keep holding back from reaching out. Resist the urge to check in. The longer you maintain this balance, the more it reinforces your self-worth and shows that you don't need to chase anyone to feel valued. By pulling back, you're not just creating emotional distance, you're reclaiming your own power. It's a reminder that you're the prize, not the pursuer. And when they finally feel the weight of your absence, they'll recognize just how much your presence meant all along.